Welcome back, everybody, to Secret of Pinkland. And we are in Pinkland. Yeah, that's what we are. Oh, man. Don't even ask me to wake up right now, because my body ain't up for it, but I guess we're gonna have to. I've already recorded this one time, but apparently I had the wrong microphone selected or something, so the sound didn't even come through, and I'm like, oh, man. Well, what you're actually looking at here is one of 4 seasons. If you go over here, you see a different season. There's basically all 4 seasons are in this forest, and they kind of make a big circle, or a square, so to speak. So the one we were just in, obviously, was spring, and this is summer here. And if you go up, you get to fall, and then you go back to the left, and you get back to winter, which is where we landed. And the summer, being in the bottom right corner, actually has an exit in the upper left corner. And then the spring, which is in the bottom left corner, has an exit in the upper right corner. So it can get a little confusing. It's almost like a square with 2 lines coming up from the bottom of it, or like an electrical outlet or something. You know, while we're back here, I guess we might as well go see Nico, get the armor upgrade from him, because he actually has one. And I forgot to pick it up, and we don't seem to be doing so hot as far as, well, not on the defensive side of things, we're not. Taking some pretty hefty damage here. I guess I could stand to level up a little bit, but I don't know, I might do that later, but hell, I'm just playing around here. Lord knows, I got enough GP, you'd think I'd leveled after all the GP I've gained. Anyway, he's got pretty much most of the same stuff, except for this here, the coil cap, which can be equipped by the girl and the sprite, so we'll give that to them. That should help out a little bit. And these dragons flying through the air, they'll be important later on too. Not right now, but they are worth mentioning at least. Not going to say what they're called yet, and even if I did say it, my accent would just come through my little thing that I do. Of course, I've noticed a lot of people do that. It's just kind of natural, I guess. I guess it's kind of natural. Steamed crabs tangled. That must be the whip that's doing that. I did talk about that already, didn't I? That some of the weapons give status ailments like Tanglement and Balloon. Balloon is really nice. I think there's some that actually poison the monsters, too. A couple of the gloves on their upgrades will turn into poison-dealing weapons. So this is where the Moogle village is, the upper left exit from the bottom right segment. I'm going to try a charge shot here, see how this works. Oh, yeah! And when it's charged, that also increases the power of the balloon, and that's why the balloon looks different, because it's more powerful. Which I guess only means that it lasts longer, pretty much, is all there is to that. So we're going to finish these guys off so the Moogles can come back to their village. Now, the Sprite's village is actually a different place than the Moogle village is, obviously, but you know, I wasn't thinking about that the first time I played. I was like, wait a minute, why are there 2 villages here? There's basically 2 villages, they're like neighbors. It'd be cooler if you could go between the 2 villages, that way you'd get more of a sense of community. So you talk to one of the Moogles, and this will trigger Ethan to start remembering again. What's wrong now? Yippee! I can remember everything! Walk the seasons from spring to winter, spring again, and we can enter. Kind of a little rhyme there. Not quite Busta Rhymes, but we can't win them all, right? There's a couple of orbs here. We're going to pick up 2 Axes orb. And I believe this is a Gloves orb. Let's have a look. Yeah. Is there any more in here? No, I think that's all of them. Just want to make sure. I don't want to miss them. Even if you do miss orbs, sometimes they'll turn up in treasure chests later. Like you'll open a treasure chest and then it won't disappear, and you open it again and you get the same thing twice. That'll happen with orbs sometimes. We actually have a couple other weapons I never upgraded from the orbs I picked up from Gemma and the Jabberwocky. The 2 J orbs. So we'll get those forged and ready to go here. That many more levels we gotta build, boy, I tell ya. But hey, it's all part of the game, right? When it says they're spaced out like that, that means they've been ballooned, basically. They use that expression a lot in this game for some reason. And I don't think I've ever heard the expression used anywhere else besides in this game. Spaced out or spacing out. Maybe I have, and I just don't remember. I mean, 14 years, a lot can go through your memory then. Arrow reaches level 2. Sweet. You can just hang on to that and go ahead and build it up to level 3 now that we can. And Ethan gains a level. Yay! Some more pink rabbits here, or silk tails as they're called. We're going to head on up to fall here. Man, this girl on the TV's got one of those green masks. Like those facial masks. Oh, man, that's right. These guys in this area, this fall area, these owls, they'll cast silence on you. But rather than disabling your magic, as silence normally does in a Final Fantasy game, it confuses you so that you basically walk whatever the opposite direction is what you're pushing. It's like turning your controller upside down. And you can actually do that if you're using a controller, just turn it upside down until the effect wears off. But what I would prefer to do is just switch characters to someone who's not confused, and just use them until it wears off, and they'll continue to walk in the right direction. There's really no way to get immunity from that, or I guess you could use a medical herb or something, a remedy, but... so now that we've walked all 4 seasons, as the sprite said, walking from spring to winter and spring again, and we can enter. And it says that was from the right, but it's actually from their left, so go figure. And where there was a lake here once before, there isn't anymore, so... Where there was a lake before, there isn't anymore. Now I'm the one making the rhymes. But something's wrong here. The Sprite Village, it seems to be abandoned. And a shambles, nonetheless. What on earth happened? Hey, something's here. That sounded like a bird, bird, bird. Bird is the wood, the bird, bird, bird. A bird is the wood. So I'm gonna break out some ranged weapons here. Javelin. That ought to be nice. Maybe you 2 dragons would like to help. You can't hit this guy any other way besides with ranged weapons. At least I don't think you can. You might be able to. Like if you get up on those ledges, maybe you can. But I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned, easy way. He likes to cast a lot of those balloons that make you stop. Oh boy. I gotta go to bed. Charge shots are not a bad idea here either, since you so rarely get a chance to hit him, because he's always jumping around. I don't think that whip is working out too well. Air Blast. We will be picking up that spell shortly. Thunderbolt, that's another one. It's a little more powerful. But just a tiny bit, but it uses twice the magic, so I don't usually use it. Go ahead and heal ourselves up here. There is kind of a trick to using charged shots that I didn't really talk about yet. It's because normally, if you want to start charging a weapon, you have to actually strike with the weapon first, so that you can push the A. Because if you push the A button, he's going to use his weapon. But so if you want to hold the A button down, you have to start by striking with the weapon, waiting for it to charge back up to 100%, and then charging up to the first level, the second level, and so on. But if you push the A button while a spell is being cast on you so that you can't strike when you push the A button, once that spell stops being cast, the animation of it, then you'll start charging up without having to strike with the weapon first and wait for it to charge to 100%. So if you find the right time to push A while you're taking a hit, that also works. Then you can start charging without having to wait for it to charge to 100% before it starts charging. I hate that I keep using that word charging, and there has to be a better way to word that. I don't know what it is. Like if I pushed A right now, I wouldn't strike with my weapon, but once the balloon wore off, I'd start charging it up. Whereas normally I would have to wait for myself to actually strike with the weapon and then it to charge up to 100% before the charging began. I know I've explained that like 3 times, but I'm just not sure I'm getting the message right. Right here, I'm going to push A right now. Okay. Notice how it's charging and I didn't have to wait for the 100% thing. Nice. 82 damage. Keep it up, guys. You're doing great. This thing's got some range on it, too. Some of these charge attacks, they'll go, like, all the way across the screen. I don't usually, most of my younger days, I didn't use it a lot. I didn't use the charge attacks for the bow and arrow, or the boomerang, or the javelin. There's some pretty snazzy attacks on those weapons. When you get into the upper levels, you start to see some crazy stuff. You'll start throwing 3 or 4 of them at once. It's just crazy. Boomerang's orb. And a path clears up here. Lucky we were standing there to see that it cleared. But you know what? I'm already up to 10 minutes. Good God Almighty. Well, I guess we're just going to have to save this for next time and see what's inside this lovely purple building. So next time on Secret of Mana, we'll see what's in the lovely purple building. Until then, take care.